Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Tuesday, March the 15th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and it's a free trading room. I share my screen all day long. Anybody who's familiar with the Omnovia platform, you know that it's a great platform for doing that. I'm live on the mic between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. And guests are welcome. You don't have to be a Trade Idea subscriber at all. So we welcome one, welcome all. Obviously, at some point, we would love to see you take a subscription out to Trade Ideas. So you like what we're doing in the room and all. Like this, and you can definitely see how our program works in order for you to extract money from the market. So this would be the link to use in order to get a subscription. All right, well, what a day. What a day. Unfortunate day for anybody who had VRX long yesterday and woke up to disaster this morning. VRX up here. So here's where VRX closed yesterday, $69. Here's the pre-market, already down to $56. And you would think, well, you can't. There's no. That's the move. Wrong. Look at this move down, and it's not over. It doesn't appear to be over. Let me just get this a little bit bigger. I'm not going to go over all the areas. I traded this one. This was obviously a very tough one to trade. A lot of emotion in it. My initial trade came at 52.24, so I'll put it right there. That's good enough. Initial trade came right here. It broke down through the pre-market low, and the news is just so negative. Missing earnings reports, all that. I mean, if you haven't followed this before, this is not something that just actually happened today, though. You have to see this. I mean, this is a stock that was 115 and more. This is a stock that was $264 before all of the horribleness for shareholders started taking place. And so anyway, here we are, 36.79. So I mean, that's just absolutely massive move down. And so I took the short right here. Because this is this is one that it's pretty spready, can whip you around quite a bit. I usually don't like taking trades early on, but this just seemed too juicy to not do. I got out some at 51 right here. I got out some at 49.78 right here, and then on the bounce up, I took out the balance at 50.34, feeling fairly proud of myself because it had gone back over 50, and I thought, well, this could now start to have a little bit of a rally. Not. It just kept going down. I took it again at 43. Now look at this. I mean, I'm all the way down here. I took it again at 43, 44. This is more. I hate to use the term, but this is more gambling. But it just looks so weak. Took it 43, 44. Got out some at 42.88. A little bit below the 43. Then some all the way down here as a 42.14. And then on the way back up, 42.80. And then one more time, one more time as it broke down through 40 on this little GBI, or sorry, yeah, GBI, green bar ignored, took again just a little over 40. So it's right about here, on the there, right about there, 40. And this one wasn't quite as successful, even though now it's down to 36. Just took out some at 39 and 39 and a bit, and then actually lost a little bit on the way up as it popped up. But anyway, the bottom line is this is the one that had to be watched. Of course, we all had seen it in the pre-market, and just wonderful trader. Has to be watched tomorrow. I mean, a lot of people, there have been $20, $10 price targets put on this. I mean, remember now, this is a legitimate company. Okay, this is not I don't want to call it a scam, but I mean, obviously they've had all these problems with their pipeline and coming under suspicion in how they do their accounting. So, that was obviously the trade of the day. Some people, I think, Real was able to hold on for $7 or $8. More power to them. When I add up all my trades, I'm getting close to that, but Anyway, just a fabulous trade. And now we come to JBL. Now JBL was on the bounce play, and looking at a little bit more on these. Well, I think this was on. Sure, it was JBL. Should be able to find it somewhere here. There we go, JBL. So these are ones that are potential bouncers. So saw it right back here, 2104. So here is the first time we saw it based on this potential bounce list. Now, look what it did. Came back down, down. I was actually waiting to see if it could get back over 21 and hang there. And it just really didn't do that. Now, when it did it here, I wasn't that impressed because look, you've already got it's already come from 2075 and now you've already put in a pretty darn big bounce. So I wasn't looking to take it just because it broke through the whole number right there. However, look at this green candle. Remember, the sellers tried to drive it down again. 2093. That's what that bottoming tail signifies. But the buyers took over again, and then this is what convinced me to get into the trade. Again, sellers tried to take it down. Not much. We're only talking pennies here, but popped back up again, and I ended up taking the trade right here at 2109. Yeah, 2109. And I did take some out at 2122, right in this area. And now I have the rest. And, jokingly saying that when I do the videos, sometimes, a stock that I'm in starts to move. So I'm trying to get this one to move. This line right there represents a 200-day moving average. So that is probably as best as it could possibly get to. I mean, nothing saying it can't go through the 200-day, but right now that's probably all I could be looking for. Somebody asked me like, well, what target am I putting? I don't usually put targets like that. I don't say, well, I'm looking at R1 or S1 or this pivot point. I'm just watching how it's trading. And now what I see here, though, are the warning signs. We've got these topping tails coming in. Okay, topping tails. Buyers tried to take it up, sellers drove it down. Okay, buyers took over again. Drove it up here, sellers took it down. Again, sellers took it down. Now, these are not very wide topping tails, obviously. I mean, we're only talking 21, 21.25. So it's only 6 cents. So it's not really that bad. Now, as I'm talking, it's moving up. So maybe I should just keep talking. Now, I did have some other trades, but these were the ones that certainly were the most significant for me today. Not as much action. Not as much action. However, I would be remiss in not showing you this one. Now, this is one I didn't take. I analyzed it, and I just ended up not taking it for no other reason. What I want to do is I want to bring this over on my other monitors just so I can keep an eye on it. Okay, and I'll bring up another chart. Bigger. Okay, so I want to put we have what I'm calling our premium package, and yes, it includes the AI and Holly. There are all those strategies that are optimized every day, but it also and of course our wonderful limit alerts windows, which allow you to manage your trades so well. I mean, it's we'll have to go into that in much more detail to show you how to manage trades, how to create your own watch list for trades, and it's just a tremendous way to manage. But we also have this RBI, GBI, this pattern recognition. So let me just show you TPX. And a second here, I have to symbol linking on the other chart. So I just want to make sure that I keep an eye on JBL. Just don't want to see it collapse on me. So here's Tempur-Pedic. And this is exactly what I said. Now this is on a 15, so let me change to a 5. This is maybe people ask me, what do I mean by RBI and GBI? Well, this is a great example. First of all, here was the alert at 57.52. So let's just put a mark on it right here. Okay, so that's where the alert was. Now, this really, I mean, when I say this was a great example, I mean, I suppose on one hand it wasn't a good example because in theory you would have got stopped out, but this is how I was analyzing this. And then you could have got back in though. So here's the alert, 57.52. So what it's looking for, first of all, you have to have at least three candles. Might even be four. I'd have to check the filter, but at least three anyway. Green candles go in a row, going up. Even though these are a little bit choppy, you have some tails here. It'd be nicer if it was just a little more smooth. But nonetheless, these are green candles going up. In other words, a trend is up. So what it's looking for then is this pattern right here. Now again, it looks a little sloppy right here, but here's a green candle, here's a red candle, and here now that was a green candle. Now this so actually this is a wonderful this is really really good. You have to understand that we have two ways of looking at this. This is the RBI that gets actually triggered when this was, you have to trust me on this. This candle was green and it was moving green and it triggered just over the top of the red candle. The red candle would have been, the top of it would have been 57.52. So we would have got that trigger. So at this point now, you can start watching to see, do I want to take this? Now, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, yeah, because look at all the intraday void you've got. So this has a good chance. Certainly, looking at a chart, it's the intraday chart. There's nothing really to stop it from going up. But this is how you would analyze it, because probably what happened, it got as high as here, 57.57, okay, which is not far from the trigger, 57.52, and then it started moving down. So now you wait. You can wait on it. Now look at the next candle, green candle, but look what happened, all the way down to 57.32, and you might think, okay, that's a broken trade. However, I love the bottoming tail on this. The bottoming tail basically says that the sellers did try to take it down, but the buyers did take over. And now look where it closed at, 57.51. Remember, the trigger is at 57.52. What did the next candle do? Okay, not bad. It looks like it's going to resume. Now this candle's a little choppy, 57.66, and it came back down here. But you could have waited right here, and then at this point, you're waiting for this kind of froth to see if you're going to get the real direction. The minute you see this, then you can probably say to yourself, you know what, the buyers are taking over, the trend is continuing, and 57.57 would be a great entry, not far from the trigger of 57.52. And look what happened. And I know several in the room took this, and I just didn't do it. I wasn't paying enough attention to it. Excuse me. I'm trying to point out lots of different ideas for people. So but I did go over this. I went over this actually at this point. I didn't go over it here, but when I saw this, I actually saw it when it was right back here. And so I was commenting on the fact that this bottoming tail is a big, big tell that maybe the sellers are exhausted and the buyers are taking over and the trend will continue. So that's about as good a detailed explanation I can give you of what an RBI is. This is a red bar ignored. So in other words, the trend will continue. You ignore the red bar, even though it was choppy, but look at that trend that did continue. All right, that's it. Let me just see if there's anything else that, I had a nice little trade on GPS, had a little loss on QIWI, little bit of a gain on ABT, but really, this is what I wanted to go over. And of course, I wanted to talk about our VRX. Definitely watch VRX tomorrow. I don't think it's done, but even if it's done in terms of going down, I mean, we could have at some point we could have a massive, massive rally in it, short covering, whatever you want to call it. So definitely one VRX, definitely one to keep an eye on for the next few days. Okay, that's it. Again, free trading room. Oops. Sorry, you cannot get too better than a free trading room. Share my screen all day long, mic'd from 9 to 4. This is the link to use if you'd like to take a subscription. So hope to see you in the room tomorrow. And I'm just looking at VRX again, see if there's anything interesting. No. Okay. So again, don't lose sight of VRX. Okay. Hopefully see you in the room tomorrow. Bye-bye.